closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, 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 bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, 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 bringing the world closer to your doorstep. I was a lullaby. Àwa ló máa ṣàtìlẹ́. Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ ojú ẹ̀ o. Àwa gangan ni bàbá. Koikimedia, Koikimedia, Koikimedia. Bringing the world closer to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for her. But e dey put closer before dem go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body. But e dey put closer before dem go sabi. Ọ̀kìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ ni ń lóró lájú. Ẹyẹ tó lórí kodò bí àdó ọ̀pẹ̀dẹ̀lẹ̀ dúdú. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tó dúdú àga. Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ dé. Ilẹ̀ ìlérí káwa lè gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí ó tàn káàkiri. Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. Kásá, ẹgbẹ́ kan ló wọ̀jà wá tájé fúgbà yín jẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. News and sports, ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia, ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi. Má bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata wa. À ń gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi. Ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé máa dé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ o. Ìbò máa wọ̀ lájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ. Àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ́ẹ̀ á bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ẹ̀bọ̀ra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó tó dé tún pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia, ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́, àtúnpèrè gidi. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́n o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àkúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Òdùwà ni wá o, ọmọ gbọ̀ngàn. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe ní lébi òsì, àdéhùn bàbá èèyàn. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àgbẹ̀fẹ́ tó fẹ́ o tó kàn jòkó lára ni. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àpèrè gidi Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Odùduwà la gbé dání, òtítọ́ la gbé dání. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àbí sọ̀dálẹ̀, àbí sódì kẹta. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àdúró kan, àtúnpèrè gèdè. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia, we bring you one closer Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Koikimedia is well, it's another beautiful evening, live from Mother Africa. Mokiwa Kuyakale. We're still running a bit behind the scene because the system is not yet fully running to all the platforms. So while we are waiting for the rest of the platform to be up and running, we will just continue with some other bits and beats.
When this collapse comes, and it's going to come, we in the UK are going to need to have some serious reflection on mistakes that have been made, and especially our foreign policy in history. And we're going to have to rely on these nations that we've been stealing from for years to deal with us, because we need them. We're not like Russia. We're not self-sufficient. Russia has its own oil, its own food, its own air. It doesn't have to import anything. It can survive without the world. We, a tiny little island, do not have that luxury. We need to import. That's why we've stolen so much shit in the history. We have that luxury. So, what happens, do you think, in the next decade, as African countries are rising and getting more powerful, and the Western countries that had them under their heel for so long, like the UK where I live, are on the way down and their economies are collapsing? What help do you think we're going to get from those countries that are becoming more powerful? How do you think that the Africans are going to look towards the English with regards to trade deals and buying their uranium off them if we need to? They're not going to look too kindly, are they? Especially if there's absolutely no apologies whatsoever. And as far as I can tell, this country doesn't apologise for jack shit. The reason it doesn't apologise is because if it apologised for the stuff that it's done, it'd have to start giving back all of the stuff that it's stolen. I've spent hours inside the British Museum. That place is an absolute... It's a treasure trove. It's incredible. And it's nearly all naked. And we're going to have to, in the UK, in the West, really start looking at our place in the world and really start looking as to whether we really do value things that we say we do. I saw somebody earlier saying, you know, this is what the West do. They just play pretend. It's no wonder the West now accept a man being a woman if he just identifies as one, because we in the UK have been identifying as a nation that is on the side of law and order. A nation that values free speech as it's censoring everybody. A nation that values freedom of the press and is a shining light and a beacon for freedom of the press around the world, whilst it's literally torturing the best journalist the world has ever seen in its capital. We say we are these things. Our government says them all the time. The diplomats are like that. But it's just all hot air. Nothing we do as a country backs up what these people are saying the country is. Nothing. I love my country, and that's what I want my country to turn into, to be. I think it's the most patriotic thing a person can do. But when I talk about these things, people call me a Putin puppet. They've been propagandized to such a degree. They don't know their allies when they meet them. And we've got some serious apologising to do in this country. To all of these nations that we have stolen from, to all of these nations whose leaders we've helped assassinate and overthrow, all of these coups that we've done around the world in countries just because we didn't like what they did. So we killed them and we overthrew them and we put in a dictator and created a secret service and was just brutal to the people in that country. We didn't care, as long as we carried on getting the oil. We're meant to be a country that cares about these things. It cares about truth and honesty and justice. This country prides itself on the UK justice system. Well, there's no greater injustice in this world right now than the imprisonment of Julian Assange, and we're the ones doing it in the UK. And to all those people in Africa, rise up. I'm in the West and I'm fighting for you, and I tell you, we really are the people in the country, the people in the UK, the people in this chat in the UK who know the truth. We're on your side. We want our country to be the things that it says it is, and it's clearly not. And I really do wish to see the rise of Africa in my lifetime. I would love to see it. And we're seeing at the moment the rise of Russia and China. I'd love Africa to go with that as well. But this is not good for the West, especially if we carry on.
All right, that is about that, and then we can kickstart. Moki, I say good evening and welcome. If it's your very first time of joining us, please share the program and invite others to do as well. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and as a lot of you know, we talk about self-determination. That is all we discuss on this platform. And looking forward to a day that Nigeria will no longer be called Nigeria. It will collapse. Salagbara to le demo for a very long time, because the collapse of Africa has to be so that the indigenous people can be free from the shackles and the bondage that we have been kept for a very long time. Live from Africa, and once again, it is just 1 hour ahead of UK. So the time here is 10:35, and the time back in London is 9:35. So it's 1 hour different. Please share the program and invite others to do so. Self-determination. Let's play the anthem and then we can officially start the program. Moki ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ́tí wọlé àti ẹ̀yin tí ẹ máa tún wò. Mo kí gbogbo lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ kálẹ́, as we say from Africa, beautiful continent, massive, bigger than most European countries joined together. And it's a good thing that in our lifetime, we are seeing things that are not, or things that have never been seen before. Mo kí Ọlọ́run ọba tó dá gbogbo wa, máa kí gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí ká tó sá lọ. Mo kí gbogbo wa. But let me just go straight into the program so that I do not get distracted. Taba fẹ́ ṣẹ̀fẹ̀, I can turn the camera and we can play all the way through. But mo appreciate ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa. Mo kí nínú Africa àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Europe. Mo kí brother mi Adéwálé. Like I said, we are all here for a purpose. And if you know what purpose to fi wà níbí báyìí, nílé ayé tó wà yìí, you will do whatever you need to do to survive. Let me appreciate Professor Akintoye for giving us the kind of energy and the strength that we needed. If not, púpọ̀ nínú àwa náà báyìí àbá tún máa lọ prepare pé one day Nigeria máa ṣiṣẹ́. So it's a good thing that Professor Akintoye told us well ahead that do not burn your energy and your strength to save Nigeria. But kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló máa gbọ́. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan within them are still thinking and hoping that one day àwọn náà máa rí tí wọ́n jẹ nínú Nigeria. And that is the belief of many people. Àwọn náà máa rí tí wọ́n jẹ nínú Nigeria. So they are not going to support anything called disintegration of that contraction. For Nigeria is a contraction created by the white people. Do you know that when they were creating Nigeria, some of them never even know what it looks like, apart from the report Tom Fuwani during that era. Wọ́n mọ bí àwọn èèyàn tó wà ń bẹ̀ ṣe ń survive. All they were telling them as at the time was that there is somewhere that has potential, a long-term potential for the interest of the Europeans as at the time. And that is the reason why they were not ready to let go. And after 110 years plus, some still believe that since the country thought it great, It does not matter what you say, they are hoping for the best out of Nigeria. And it's good that Baba Akintoye has warned us ahead not to waste much time. Baba is 89 years old. He will be 90, God's willing, this month. So, ṣé Baba tó pé 89 ṣó lè parọ́ ṣá pé Nigeria ò ṣiṣẹ́? So who else do you expect to tell you that Nigeria is going to work? Because Professor Akintoye saw it all. But there are Yorubas that wọ́n ní gbà fún bàbá yẹn, because their expectation is that Nigeria will be great. And everybody knows that that is a lie. If a white man or a white woman tells you that Nigeria will be great, ask them the meaning of that greatness. What does it mean? Because Baba Tiwa ti sọ fún wa pé there is nothing great about Nigeria. Kakabe, it has killed our potentials as people, and it is important that we let it go. It doesn't matter, there's nothing that you're going to lose out of it. There's nothing you're going to lose. At least some of us that have lived with the white people, and I'm talking about white people and I'm not talking about Eastern European. At least I live with the white people for 25 years. It's a privilege. So there's not much they can tell me today that I can believe. So Tony Boban sọ fún yín pé Nigeria are great. Tell them that that is a lie. Nothing can be great out of Nigeria. Let's take you to a disruption that is going on right now in America. There's a massive disruption going on right now that most of you are not following. And that is what is going to happen. Tawa Yoruba did it. We will disrupt the whole of Africa and reset things back. That is if we are serious and we are determined. But how about determined? Can't fee any dollar. It will be difficult for us to achieve our aims and objectives. But Tabawa determined, our aims and objectives will be achieved because heaven is not going to fall. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó kú tó padà tó sọ fún wa pé báyìí ni heaven ṣe rí. As far as I'm concerned, kò tí sẹ́ni tó kú tó padà dé tó wá sọ fún wa pé báyìí heaven ṣe rí. So we should deal with the one on the earth, which is Yorubaland. But tá a bá ń fi èlé dọ́là, tá a bá fẹ́ gba country wa lálẹ́, it's possible. Tá a bá fẹ́ gba lọ́túnla, it's possible. Tá a bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ gba ní in another 10 years, it's entirely up to us. But I don't think we need to drag it longer than how we have dragged it. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí wọ́n lé. Mo fojú pa yín rẹ́, but I'm already straight into the program and I don't want to be distracted. Because any platform you are àtajà àdẹ̀ṣeré. And we're very serious. Because it's about life and death. Some of you might not, but people like us in the front burner is about life and death. So I'm not here to play. The bá wá bí tí ẹ ti fẹ́ play ẹ lè lọ síbi tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ okó àtògùn wọ́n sọ lórí social media live. I was watching a young girl, I believe she's Yoruba, ó ń ṣe ọyàn ẹ̀ sáì lórí TikTok kọ́ lè bá fún ní gift. That is how that bastard country has destroyed the lives of people. Kéèyàn máa ṣe ọyàn kọ́ bá fún ní gift lórí TikTok. So possible káwọn tó wà ní Europe kọ́ máa ṣí ọyàn kò wọ bra. So àṣeré níbí bá tẹ́ bá wá bí tó ti ń ṣeré, many platforms are there. Ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ okó àtòbó wà, ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ dating, ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ fracas. The lórí platform wa is all about self-determination. Ẹni máa kú, ẹni máa yè ló máa yè. I keep saying it. Ẹni máa kú ló máa kú. Ẹni tó àwọn tó bá kú wá máa yára gbẹ́gbẹ́ lọ. So kí ọkàn máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ ikú máa fi dẹ́rù bà wá. So we're not joking. There is no amount of anything you can put forward to really rectify problem in Nigeria. And mo gbọ́, while I was with Professor yesterday, Babami, we are alien to each other. Morawari. I don't know why I should be worried about Igbo people when we are not one. Why should I be worried about Hausa people? Mo ti worry nípa ọmọ Èkìtì, ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun State, ọmọ Kwara, Kogi, Ogun State, Lagos, Ondo. Màtúwá máa lọ máa worry nípa Anambra, Imo State, within a country. And that is the reason why we need to be very serious and determined. No, don't come back home. Don't come back home. Forget about all that. Because I don't know why we should be running away from home. From who? Because what we are asking for is not anything more than our rights. Let me first take you to the biggest news so far that is disrupting the whole of the continent right now. I don't know, maybe some of you are aware of it. And the better taba aditiwa mo ki gbogbo e kuku ma gbona ko ma yo eruku, the best for us. And it can be done non-violent, without destruction, but with strategy. The only voice that is recognized, I get someone sending me a message about Awonitiri. I don't know why we are giving them the platform. They are not relevant. They are not relevant. I'm telling you, the only voice tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ nísìn táṣẹ máa tẹ̀lé òun Olóyè Ìgbòho tí bàbá Akíntóyè bá ti fún ní go ahead. So gbogbo àwọn onítìrí yẹn, they are not relevant. So I don't want us to be worried too much about them. They are not relevant. Tí bàbá Akíntóyè bá ti fún Ìgbòho ní go ahead, that is the final straw. But Ìgbòho ò lè dá ṣe. Tí Kóìkí ò bá sí níbẹ̀, Ìgbòho ò lè dá ṣe. Tẹ́yìn ò bá sí níbẹ̀. That is the reason why we need to give them the support and make them know that we are actionable people, not just making noise. So don't be distracted by they're not relevant. I don't know about what relevant. Even the closest to the border. Tell me why. If I want to go country, they can't live where they are. So we don't say who are relevant. I want sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú action. Money mo ma wálé. I am currently in Africa. Ẹni tó fẹ́ kú, ó fẹ́ pàdé ẹni tó fẹ́ pa. So why are we worried? So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń follow wọn. You are wasting your effort, but our effort will crown and you will eventually be successful in a country. Because they're going to take you nowhere, and you know that. Wọ́n bí bàbá ìjìnlẹ̀ dá kó kúrò nínú Turkey kó kọ̀ gba Ghana kọjá. Wọ́n tí bí kankan nù wọn dá kó kúrò níbi tó wà kó ṣeré wá sí even the closest to the border. Wọ́n tí bí wọn dá ọ̀ tó bẹ́ẹ̀. So when some of you call us and say, wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ pa fẹ́ jáde fún rally, wọ́n condemn rally, àwọn wo ló ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀? People that are not relevant. Why are you worried about what they are saying? These are people that are not relevant. Èmi gan tí mo jẹ́ ọmọ kékeré láàrin yín nínú movement. I'm sure they know my importance. Kàmáì tí wàá sọ̀rọ̀ professor, kàmáì tí wàá sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho. So má máa jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọn kó distract wọn. Because they are not relevant. Ẹ̀yin lẹ fún wọn ní the relevancies that they are there. It's good to talk about them, but don't make them look like they are relevant. They're not relevant. They're not relevant at all. They're not relevant. So that's all I will just say for them. So pé wọ́n ní Koiki ṣe kinní kan, Ìgbòho ṣe kinní kan, they're not relevant. Àwa ta relevant náà lọ gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ wa. Because àwa gangan la ní action. I told you that 3 years ago, I would have been here. But only Kimawa, you could necessarily, you don't need, you could need. See, and everyone should do something. And when Igboho flew out of Benin Republic, he flew down to come and see me in London. And after that, we hosted him. And after that, Igboho just left London in January. We were together for many days. Igboho was with me in London with some set of people. He flew in before the new year and he spent days and days with us before he flew out back to Germany. We were together, we were eating, you know. He was with my children. He was in my house. Igboho was watching football in my house. Because I can say criminal. But we are relevant people. That people are concerned that ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn people yìí gbé is about to change the world, which is where we're going to start from. Let's take us to America, because there's a lot of disruption going on right now by Donald Trump government. that some of you might not be aware of. Share the program, and good evening and welcome. How many of you have not been in Tawambi by the, let's do it like that. Yeah, I think it's better. How many of you know about USAID? Hello, Tigbori. How many of you are aware of USAID, as in aid, H-I-D, U-S-H-I-D? You made a note, Tigbori? How many of you? United States Agency for International Development. That's the full meaning. The United States Agency for International Development, USAID, is an independent agency of the United States government that is primarily responsible for administering civilian foreign aid and development assistance. Do you know the budget? Do you know the budget that they're handling? With a budget of over 50 billion US dollars, 50 billion US dollars, taxpayers' money. The USAID is one of the largest official aid agency in the world. I think when I love when I'm doing my description of the world, because I'm going to world. So let me see if I can find out my small little map. Okay. Oh, it's in close proximity here. Because I love my description with evidence. This is what the world looks like. This is the world. And it's full of water. Imagine America is pumping close to $50 billion into every part of the world. It's a great thing, Abi. I'm sure some of us will say yes. Okay, we're coming there. The largest official aid agency and account for more than half of all the US foreign assistance, the highest in the world in absolute dollar terms. The USAID has mission in over 100 countries, primarily in Africa, Mother Africa, Asia, Latin America, Middle East, and Eastern European. But something is about to change. Something is about to change. And what is about to change means that it is an opportunity for us to push out of Nigeria so that everything can line back. Because we have been asking for freedom. But freedom is not going to be given to you. You have to go and collect your freedom wherever it is. Since Donald Trump came back to office, these are the four major, not major, but four headline top stories. And it goes like this. BBC, US aid in turmoil. Tobacco in turmoil. Turmoil. As Trump and Elon Musk aim to shut it down. You'll be asking yourself, why do they want to shut it down? We'll come back to that. CNN, Rubio says is acting director of USAID as humanitarian agency. The Guardian, what is the USAID and why does Trump dislike it so much? CNN, Elon Musk says Donald Trump agreed the USAID needs to be shut down. Nigeria must be shut down so that free money from corrupt politicians can stop. You can see how I'm linking it. Two different things, but same pattern of corruption and fraud. The USAID, you'll be shocked with some of the things that they are doing that you would think that, all right. You just follow me with this, because if you don't shut down Nigeria, Nigeria will continue to deceive you and me that there is money in there, but the money doesn't get to your pocket. Many Americans are working night and day, and their money are being spent around the world for nonsense and jagbajantis, funding little different things that is not relevant to humanitarian assistance. Mumbo, I'm going to take you to, because this is your international platform. Continue to say Nigeria will work and allow buffoons that are sitting. Some of them cannot write their name, and yet they are making so much money. So let's go into how it is trending around the world, especially with Americans waking up to realize that their tax paying money is being used for rubbish. This is Donald Trump Jr. USAID scam exposed. Just like we are exposing Nigeria, a Nigerian will still be telling you, shut up, kilo exposing Nigeria for. Is there no corruption in UK? Is there no corruption in America? Okay, there is corruption here, and they are disrupting it now, especially with the USAID by the new administration of Donald Trump. Most of you pay, it will be a privilege to boast Nigeria while Donald Trump is in office, so that kolukaluku mobiti gbogbo ajo wa. Bóun ṣe ń gbàásgbòs fún Ọlọ́run, káwa náà gbàásgbòs ní Nàìjíríà kájọ jáde. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook might not listen to what I'm going to play because kò ní jáde, but the others will listen to it. Let's hear this from J. Trump, Donald Trump Jr., not Trump himself now. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ níbí báyìí.
Department, don't just get focused on USAID. There's other doors that need to be shut out there because they're doing, let's see, $39,000 to host seminars in Edinburgh International Book Festival on gender identity, and $48,000 to publish to help educate Polish youth on how to be LGBTQ, and $70,000 to create a U.S.-Irish music to promote DEI in Ireland, and just the list goes on and on and on. I could read these to you for hours, and that I could read to you for hours is the tip of the iceberg, because there's so much that we had to find that stuff. They wouldn't tell us about it.
Well, of course, China is really at the center of all of this conversation. Perhaps we haven't gotten there yet, but they've sort of been the acting force behind so much of this, whether it's fentanyl or otherwise. We've been doing investigations on the show on just how much they've infiltrated our supply chains and exporting products made with forced labor. My father has basically said, you better move manufacturing here, agree to oversight, or else you're going to face consequences. We also see these cheap Chinese retailers like Temu and Shan who like to exploit the loopholes in our trade laws and, enroute their goods. How do you view the China threat? And, beyond what we're doing right now, which is the short-term fix, what legislation can we implement to actually fix it permanently?
I see the China threat diminishing every single day because of the leadership in America. And let me tell you how I equate those two things going on. So number one, let's talk about where we have reliances upon China. We know that they're far more reliant on wanting to sell their goods into the United States of America than we are. I'm sure there's inputs on American businesses, but I have small companies to large corporations calling me right now saying, hey, what can
$2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. That is part of the money that they are using from the US aid. $152 million for sex change in Guatemala. $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt. Millions to Eco Health Alliance. Juan Labli. $20 million on Iraq Sesame Street show. That is on the part of the USAID money that is being spent around the world. You might be asking, how does this align with Yoruba nation? Your Nigeria is also another corrupt USAID inside. The entity, gbogbo tó ń pè Nigeria pátá, is fraud. And if you don't dismantle it, ayé yín ò lè dá, including myself. Ayé wa máa wà ní hanging because ẹ máa jà, tẹ́ bá ra lẹ̀, ẹ ní gbádùn lẹ̀ tẹ́ rà, tẹ́ bá ṣe anything ní Nigeria, ẹ ní gbádùn ẹ̀. And it goes on and on and on like that. And many things. Now, let's go to David Odoye. Elon Musk. Here are some of the cut and dry cases of the USAID Nigeria corruption and money laundering you may want to look into. On January 16, 2025, just 4 days before Donald Trump inauguration, USAID made a $3.3 million payment to a vendor in Nigeria called DAI Global LLC. We'll come back to who owns it and what is it all about. Kini purpose DAI Global LLC. Shori womo Yoruba, your life is stagnant. Ayé ti bàjẹ́ nínú Nigeria. Àwa ní kí ayé ẹ lè dá ká pull out of Nigeria. Ó wá ń takú pé ayé ẹ kó bàjẹ́ nínú Nigeria. We will have to force you out of Nigeria because olórí burúkú ẹ ó máa fi tiẹ̀ kó bá wa. Bomb bastard. Ó máa fi tiẹ̀ ó máa fi kó bá wa. The longer we stay in that shithole country, ó máa fi tiẹ̀ kó bá wa. That is why some of you will wake up in the morning and find yourself in Yoruba country. That's share the marry. To taba dúró de tẹ̀yìn wo ṣì yìí ẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kí a rí ibi kankan lọ. Bomb bastard all over the place. I look into the payment history. That between August 2020, 4 years ago, and January 2025, at least nothing less than $48 million of the US taxpayers' money are supposedly invested in Nigeria went to DAI Global LLC, registered somewhere in Maryland. Oh, Lord, wow. It's good to be alive to witness what is playing out. It's good to be alive. Give glory that our anything. No, it's equal. Because the end of Nigeria will happen in our lifetime. Let's go further. Now, so I looked into DAI Global activities in Nigeria. What is their activities? You see them, they wear suits, take picture, you know, America, yeah, take picture with them, upload it, everybody clap. Trump say no more free money. Free money is no more from America. Disrupt the whole system. Everybody's crying, especially the Democrats. Most of them were Democrats. While they were in power, they will never go to Nigeria. Trump might not be the best, but let him disrupt the system and let we, our Yoruba, disrupt the system as well on the ground in Nigeria so that we can be free. If we do not disrupt that system, and that's the fact. But if we disrupt that system now, we are better off. And the only way you can disrupt that system is for us to come out in 30 million. Nothing less than 30 million people on the street of the Southwest, from Kwara all the way down, across all the 191 local government. If you do not disrupt the system, if you allow that system to continue to grow, it has grown more than enough, and now we need to cut the weed. I need that to get so that everybody reset and the indigenous people go back to their separate ways. And I don't have to be worried about Igbo people. I don't have to worry about Hausa people. I will only be worried about Yoruba government. So when our government is corrupt, we know who to tackle. I don't have to go to Abuja. We stay within Yorubaland and we deal with it right inside Yorubaland. If only we want it to happen this year. The bad is okay this year, then we are pushing it for another day. Let's go further. So this company, don't pay DAI Global, iṣẹ́ wo ló ń ṣe tó fi ń gba $48 million lọ́wọ́ American government under the USAID. No more free money from Donald Trump. Oh my Lord, I'm so happy. Let's go further. DAI Global activities in Nigeria. It turns out to be a run-of-the-mill climate NGO, 419. Climate NGO only. Kilon Climate, Barao Bansani only. 419 all over the place in Nigeria. Set up all these nonsense organization, companies. They become a mold for fraud. And stupid, idiot people will come and tell you, oh, let's continue to run Nigeria so that you can also become a criminal. No, it has to end. So this DAI over $48 million under the USA to deceive you that they are running a climate NGO. And they organize meetings and seminars and stage photos with politicians and else. Yet, nearly all of his payment from the USAID in Nigeria are labeled all other professional, scientific, and technical services. It last published an output in Nigeria in 2020. So what exactly it has received $48 million for over the period is anyone's guess. A USAID money laundering partner, CIA front organization, State Department, Nigeria slush fund, perhaps all, who knows? Bomb bastard country. A country that is so fraud that you think that you're going to make your own out of it as well. You don't know about it. It must shut down. Just like they want to shut down the US aid, Nigeria must shut down. That is from there. Now, let's go back now and read from CNN. I just want to keep you up to date with what is happening on the international forum, especially on this US aid. But that is the lie that they've been telling Americans, that their taxpayers' money worth $50 billion is used properly around the world, especially in Africa. I got a call from US, from one of our brother there, and he was explaining to me that, do you know that once found schools, one organization, you work our call school in Nigeria. Oh no, what if in Nigeria meal tickets? One might go over US aid. Why then you feel like call school me somewhere, anywhere from the southwest to the north to the southeast, anywhere in Nigeria, and nothing of such happened. And these are the fraud that has went on for too long. Let's read from CNN. Elon Musk. You know Elon Musk now, and it's on Twitter, X, said that Donald Trump has agreed that the US aid needs to be shut down. I like that word, shut it down. Yes, America is ready to help people if there's poverty somewhere, there's problem there, there's problem, but don't use the money to run other things that is not aligned to the vision and the mission of America. Is Nigeria aligned to our vision and mission? I'm asking you. The Nigeria that you want us to save, is it aligned to our mission and vision? What is the vision of Nigeria for you? What is the vision? What is the mission of Nigeria? Kini wulo Nigeria? What is the advantage of Nigeria? A country that is not meant to be alive. Kati disconnected oxygen to all other Nigeria, kati disconnected. Àwa tún fi gas sí. Into feku, àwa fi atẹ́gùn sí. Instead of us to allow it to die and let it go, so that the next generation will not have to experience anything called Nigeria again. But because àwọn kan sì fi jẹ tí wọ́n bẹ̀, and they are also praying that one day they will. Oh, I didn't even start my Twitter space. The other start. Oh, internet to Tiwa on. That's why I had to switch off the internet. Now I'm not in UK. You know, my internet around Nigeria by you. Because I wasn't using the phone. Now go play the code on. It might be doing it. Need to start the Twitter space, and we've lost about 1 hour already. It's okay. So let's start the Twitter space. Let's shut down Nigeria so that indigenous people can be free. No, don't let us do that. Am I cashing you? No, I need anything. So what do you need? You think the current administration can help your life to be better? Abi? Is that what you're waiting for? That your life will be better with the current administration? They joke. Let's go further on the CNN. Elon Musk said President Donald Trump agreed the U.S. Agency for International Development needs to be shut down following days of speculation over the future of the agency after its funding was frozen. Owó tí wọ́n ń lò tó fi ń ṣòṣì bí ẹran aṣẹ́wó káàkiri ní gbogbo àgbáyé tó fi disrupt ayé ìtọ́nikọ́ fowó ṣe wọ́n fowó ṣe, especially in a corrupt African country like Nigeria. Corrupt. Eventually now, the money has been frozen. No more free squash. No more free bees. And dozens of his employees were put on leave. With regard to the USAID stuff, I went over it with the president in detail, and he agreed that we should shut it down. Elon Musk says in the X-Space conversation today. No, enough is enough. Our Yoruba people in Nigeria, because Fulani terrorists are killing us. The Nigeria expired, according to Jonathan, 100 years as amalgamation 2014. Yoruba has been a country of its own before amalgamation. Yoruba identity is different from Igbo, Hausa, and Morawari. Yoruba are big enough to have their own independent country. 60 million is more than enough. Benin is how many population? Less than 20 million. And their life is better. At least to the standard. Togo, how many population? Ghana, how many is the population? So why are we worried about being in 200 million? What is the value of the 200 million? Òṣì wo ló ń ṣe fún wa? Òfò wo ló ń ṣe fún wa? Kí láǹfààní 200 million? Because you are hoping that one day you too will become Senator Yayi Oli, criminal politicians, 419, one bastard, and one loshi. Don't it's Nero. You want to be the governor. You want to be the House of Rep. Let's go back to how Americans are reacting to this US aid. Is this something that they're excited about? I picked up one from this particular young girl. Please share the program and invite others to do so. Again, enter our Lori Facebook. You will not hear what she's saying.
Over 60 years.
Trump US aid 90-day pause. Let's listen to her.
We have depended on USAID for over 60 years, and the moment the owners of the money say, let's take a 90-day pause so that I audit where my money is going, suddenly the whole country goes into a frenzy. And this should be a moment of reflection for Uganda and the African continent in general. We have been asking for a very long time to be liberated from colonialism, neo-colonialism, and now that the opportunity presents itself, for some reason, we are complaining. Because let's get something straight. Often the money given to us in foreign aid is lost to corruption, misuse, depleted and overrated salaries to particular individuals, or sometimes we lose billions of money that are unaccounted for. So it only makes sense that the donor is asking for an edit, and if that means pausing the amount of money coming in, they should. And I do understand the implications of this pause because so many heavily funded healthcare projects run on USAID, but that should be a moment of reflection. This is just a 90-day pause. What would happen if the United States are saying we're not giving you money anymore? And within their rights, they can't do that because it is their money. It's high time Uganda and the African continent got themselves together and actually started looking for systems that are sustainable and not always depend on foreign aid, because we are struggling with debt. On top of that, we have constant aid, which doesn't necessarily help us to have a more independent system. Instead of writing paragraphs of why this is a bad move, we should essentially realize that, oh, we are actually in a bad situation and we cannot always depend on aid because it can go any day. African nations should wake up. Uganda should wake up because this is not even funny.
Explain it. You can see that we are at a good pace with this movement. Because what Trump is doing right now is disrupting the system. Moke Walata, Olori Ebi. And this is exactly what Professor Akito is saying, that without crisis, a country, you got to disrupt the system. And she Yorubaland, every voice no select, and she this, and she get our social media, go back country for you. Go back country, you got to disrupt the system in a non-violent way. And you wait for the government to do whatever they want to do, and maybe it will then become violent. That is entirely up to the government. If something is going to become violent, it's subject to the government, not the people. It's we're not burning anything down, we're not disrupting any system. That we want Yoruba country, we are out on the street, let the government do whatever they need to. And if the government is let them kill 30 million people on the street to satisfy the government, and let's see whether the world itself will fold their hands. But we are inside our WhatsApp group communicating, we are right here communicating. That is not Yoruba nation yet. Yoruba nation on social media láti máa gbà, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá láti máa gbà. Let's listen to this girl one more time. Àwọn tó lówó náà wọ́n fún yín lówó mọ́. Wọ́n náà wọ́n fún yín ní USAID mọ́. Ẹ̀yin náà lọ wọ́ owó tí yín. Now, ṣé àwọn ò lówó nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? Why do we need a USAID? Why do we need America? Why do we need Britain? Why do we need European country to come and fund us, to come and give us foreign aid? Àwọn àti ẹ̀ka àwọn máa fún wọn ní foreign aid. It's because corruption is underneath as well. And there's always an agenda. See if I can run things from the other system. Okay, we'll do a little bit. For me, 1 minute, I can do that. We had last week, ni Oshiomhole, Abi, yeah. How many of you know him? Oshiomhole. It was last week he said something that went viral. How many of you remember what Oshiomhole said? While he was in the house. I want to see if I can pull up the video. Only continue fellow in bed. You want to fix Nigeria. I don't think some of you know what is Nigeria. If you know what is Nigeria, you will run away from it now. I think this is it. No. kí gbogbo ọlẹ́kùn sí. A very good evening and welcome once again to the live show. Let's go back and listen to that girl 4 more times and then to show me that.
We have depended on USA for over 60 years, and the moment the owners of the money say, let's take a 90-day pause so that I audit where my money is going, suddenly the whole country goes into a frenzy. And this should be a moment of reflection for Uganda and the African continent in general. We have been asking for a very long time to be liberated from colonialism, neo-colonialism, and now that the opportunity presents itself, for some reason, we are complaining. Because let's get something straight. Often the money given to us in foreign aid is lost to corruption, misuse, depleted and overrated salaries to particular individuals, or sometimes we lose billions of money that are unaccounted for. So it only makes sense that the donor is asking for an edit, and if that means pausing the amount of money coming in, they should. And I do understand the implications of this pause because so many heavily funded healthcare projects run on US aid, but that should be a moment of reflection. This is just a 90-day pause.
Many of us have now understood the US aid and how it has been used for a different purpose. Just like the revenue tó ń wá láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ kó ran Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ kò ràn wá lọ́wọ́. You know why? Tí wà ní Nàìjíríà. Ìjọ tá bá ti kúrò ní Nàìjíríà officially, the revenue tó bá pa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá must support a Yoruba citizen before anybody. Because the reason why there's a disruption in America right now on this US aid is because the funding is from the taxpayers. And the presidency of Donald Trump says, no, this money is not used properly in Africa, in Asia, according to the purpose and the reason why it was set up in the first place. Listen to the 10 days ago, Oshiomhole. Let's listen to him.
Alleging that some retired military generals may be responsible for the illegal mining activities across Nigeria, which has continued to undermine the country's efforts to diversify its economy. Senator Oshiomhole made this assertion during the budget presentation of the chairman of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals Development, Senator Samson Ebon, at the Committee on Appropriation. Well, Senator Oshiomhole expressed his frustration over the federal government's inaction, asking President Bola Tinubu's administration to address the legal mining crisis decisively.
Sir, who can afford to buy a chopper?
Now,
To land.
mo fẹ́ kẹ́ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́n kan tó sọ. Oshiomhole only who can have, yes, Olivia Okoya said, well said, the CIA, they're investigating them as well. FBI, being investigated by this new administration. Olivia Okoye says, and I quote, the CIA have used the money to destabilize countries all over the world. This foreign aid called US aid. Do you have money to hire a helicopter? We should have an helicopter distributing our leaflet all over Yorubaland. We can't even afford to buy one, not to talk about rent one. Yet, criminal former generals are using money from the mineral resources to land a helicopter, load our resources, and move them out of Nigeria. And you want Nigeria to continue. So you want us to be talking. Action is what is needed. Go and prepare for the out of the rally that will be announced very soon. That's all I can say. Let's listen to Oshiomhole.
Administration to address the legal mining crisis decisively.
who can afford to buy to land in an illegal mining site, cut away gold, return to sanity, and then on the way to airport, take them out of the country. This is happening. So I agree with you.
This is happening. So that means that in a Nigeria of today, people hire a chopper, land it in an illegal mining site, extract the gold from Osun State. Shut it down. We need to shut it down if it's possible tonight. Breaking news: United States of America exit from the United Nations humanitarian funding. Breaking news: America have exit from the United Nations humanitarian funding. No more free money from America. Everybody go get sense. Thank you so much. Ayomi Kondamiju. Bam! Oti wole. Money. This 2025, it go hot. 2025, our man. Thank you so much. This is getting there. We are getting there. Hey, the mafia Tony Kelofi Sharadu. You can't hear very well on Facebook. In so no ni mo tin repeat here. In temi ba so ni keyin listen, te ba gbon to mo so. I just want us to just have a clip in our mind that o share more than so ko se mi ni mo so. Ko to ba pe mi mo so pe won ji gold wa nisin, e ni ki shut up. Okay, the sound will come back because I was in and out of it. That's why. Ejade ke wole pada. Oh, sorry. Ejade ke wole pada. It's because I was coming in and out of the Facebook. That's why. The audio will come back. Thank you so much for that new development update. Enough is enough. And this is the reason why. Ben, Mr. Akintola, Nigeria is indeed a peculiar scam, and we can no longer manage it. We've got to let it go. There is no amount of how you love it. We got to let Nigeria dissolve. It is a disaster to humanity. It is a disaster to the indigenous people that are well learned and ready to move the mountain. And this nonsense country is holding everyone back because of some selfish interest. And we must not allow anybody to stop it from breaking up. It has to break. There's no doubt about it. I hope the Facebook sound is back properly on the Koikimedia to do it.
An illegal mining site, cut away gold, return to sanity, and then on the way to airport, take them out of the country. This is happening. So I agree with you, but my position is that we shouldn't, as senators, be lamenting. As senators, we should fix the problem. We should tell the executive.
They can't fix any problem. You know why? Inside that Senate, they get Fulani, they get Yoruba, they get all different of them right inside there, and they are all Olori Buruku 419, bomb bastard, without no hesitation. They are all criminal bomb bastard only. They care less about you and me. So why should we worry about what is going to happen in Abuja when we should worry about having our country and deal with our politicians within the Southwest? so that they will understand the power of the people. Share the program. But I refuse. That means we are all going to be in deep shit if we're not in already. Let's go further to the next stage of the program. I wanted us to have that on record, that the USAID is disrupting the whole system. And it is a good news. And we must allow it to go. Enough is enough. So Trump signed an executive order withdrawing from the United Nations Humanitarian Rights Council, UNESCO. It also calls for more review into the money that is sent to the United Nations. So this is a good opportunity for we, the Yoruba people, that are asking for the self-determination, that the world is imbalanced, especially from the United States of America. It's a privilege, it's an opportunity for us.
Of numerous actions taken by a number of bodies of the United Nations, which exhibited deep anti-American.
And I hope we will take a solid advantage of it before it is too late. All our fears must be removed. But Abamberu, we don't know what's going to happen. Hey, this, that. All right, why are people saying that there's no voice coming out from the Facebook? Koiki, please, no voice. All right, let's end it and come back there. I'm sure that many of us agree that we must make more push. And that's exactly what we are doing now. The final push to demand our quest and our right to self-determination so that we can have a better life. Let's go back to part of our discussion this morning. And part of that discussion and sọ̀rọ̀ nípa how the revolution, the Russian Revolution occurred in 1917, somewhere around there. But before we go that area, Let's go to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia. The breakup of Yugoslavia. After a period of a political and economic crisis, just like we're experiencing in Nigeria today, on Facebook, I had to restart because of the voice that was not coming out. Right now, Nigeria is going through political, economic crisis, and this was what Yugoslavia was going through as well in the 80s. The Constituent Republic of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia split apart in the early 90s. Unresolved issues from the breakup caused serious inter-ethnic Yugoslav war from 1991 to 2001, which primarily affected the Bosnia and Herzegovina neighboring part of Croatia, and some years later Kosovo. I'm sure most of us remember the story of this Kosovo, how people were, displaced all over the place. I understand that the concern of many people is that if Nigeria dissolves in a way that it doesn't go in line with a peaceful way, it will create that problem. And that's why we continue to tell our politicians that do not think that you are a ghost. Because sit down on the round table and let us dissolve out of Nigeria without bloodshed. Following the Allied victory in the World War II, Yugoslavia was set up as a federation of 6 republics, just like Nigeria was set up for 3 regions until the regions were destroyed. They were set up for 6 regions, with borders drawing along ethnic and historical lines. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, and Slovenia. We use a video from Abakoba that talks about that. Look, if President Tinubu is going to do anything, he must first look into the constitution that he has been telling Akpabio for 30 years about constitution. And moreover, Yugoslavia break up and the war did not come to an end. Nigeria will break up and the war will not come to an end. Nigeria will break up and the war will not come to an end. So if you think that, if Nigeria break and the war will come to an end, forget about that nonsense. The world itself will just move swiftly with the new nation that emerge out of Nigeria. So don't sit back and say, no, because so expecting that Igboho is the one to come and fix the problem. Moki sister mi Asake TV show. Moki entawa lórí ìjókòó. Moki àgbàlagbà. Àtàwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n tá ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. So thinking that Nigeria is so powerful, can Nigeria be as powerful as Yugoslavia? And yet, they could not hold people together. Everything fall apart. And today, most of those countries, they might not be perfect, but they're doing very well. They might not be perfect, but at least wọ́n ṣe níwọ̀nba tó lè ṣe. So táwa náà bá wá develop tagba independent Yorubaland padà, we will now determine how we want it to flourish. Ṣàfẹ́ kó wà emerge with countries around the world, or we just want to remain stagnant again. That will be the future that we would determine between ourselves. But right now, we cannot sit back and allow rubbish to affect us. Why did Yugoslavia collapse? Ṣé wọ́n lówó ni? Ṣé wọ́n nìkan ni? Like we said, in the 1980, just some years down the line, we don't need a referendum to exit Nigeria. We are, nígbà tó fẹ́ gba Nigeria, ṣé wọ́n ṣe referendum? Were we consulted? If anybody thinks the gun of the military will resolve the problem, you're wasting your time. You need to talk to the people, the owner of the land, whether they want to remain one Nigeria. Because you will kill many people, but Nigeria will still end. Because the end of Nigeria must happen in our lifetime. Whether the king support it, whether the politicians support it, who give a fuck? They don't have to support it, but the end of Nigeria must happen. The end of Nigeria must happen while we are alive. We're not leaving it to the next generation to come and deal with it. Because nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe independent Nigeria, àwọn tó ṣe, they were not even up to our age now. So kí ló ń bà wá lẹ́rù? What are we scared of? Because if you don't end it now, your children will be affected. Even if they are not being affected right now. We have no business anymore in Nigeria because Nigeria expired according to everybody in 2014. Why then are we allowing an expiry product? Can you consume an expiry product? Is it possible that you know that this is an expiry drug or medication and you continue to consume it? Impact to the ṣó máa ṣiṣẹ́ lára ní àbó máa gbòdì lára ẹ̀. Even nǹkan tó bá gbé àgbo sínú ilé tó mu, after a while tó o bá check àgbo yẹn dáadáa, you might die of that same àgbo yẹn. The same àgbo tó ń yọ tó ń solve problem ẹ̀. If you don't look at it properly and ask whether it has expired or it's still worth drinking, you will end up die drinking it again. So why are we drinking a consumed expired product called Nigeria? Because we want to satisfy who? Satisfy the white people. The white people care about me. They don't. If they care about me, they'll put me in the UK for 15 years, not from anyway. No, Mombereni, the white man that I went to their country, telling me that we are part of Commonwealth, yet it took me 15 years to get my papers. And there will be the same one to come and tell us how we want to get our country. Then we don't know what we are talking about. So it is important that we understand what we are fighting for. Some of you don't understand. What we are fighting for is about life and death. So we come on the platform. No, if you want to joke, like I say, if you're talking you can go there and get yourself freaked out. This is about life and death we're talking about now. And to buy it back is about life and death, then you shouldn't be on this platform. Nobody wants to die, but we are already being killed in Nigeria on a daily basis. Because we have no value system outside, we have no value system inside. So what are we talking about? But every day people are dying for the negligence of a system that failed, put together by the white man and the white woman. Just like they told you that the US aid is being used in Nigeria for a purpose that is of the benefit for you and me. $48 million was received by an organization in Nigeria for US aid for 4 years and nothing to show off it. Shut it down. That is what Trump is saying. Shut the US aid down. It's not helping anybody in Africa. It's a fraud. Shut the bomb blocker. Shut it down. Shut Nigeria down so that your life can be better. It's not going to be better for your papa. It's surely. Save a country that is not supporting you, dying every day because of the negligence of a system that is not working, calling yourself one Nigeria. It's not going to be better for one Nigeria. It's surely. One Nigeria, call one Nigeria. Shut it down. Live in denial. Yugoslavia breaks up. The world was a better place. Nigeria máa pín. Ilẹ̀ ayé ò lè ní parí. Forget about all the prophecy of those people telling you one Nigeria is working. If Baba Adeboye likes, let him pray from now till thy kingdom come for Nigeria. We will break Nigeria while he's alive. Let him pray for Nigeria. Nigeria will break while he's alive. Ìṣojú wọn ni kò ní ṣẹ́yìn wọn. No go better for anyone that say we should save Nigeria. No go better for anybody who say we can save Nigeria. No go better for you now. Any ṣoríire. Any ṣoríire ni mo sọ fún yín. Save one Nigeria for your house. Beg, save Nigeria. Yell, save Nigeria. Say we should save one Nigeria. Listen to this. How Yugoslavia collapsed. Share the program and invite others to do so.
Yugoslavia. For many, a long forgotten, failed nation.
A long forgotten. I want to save Nigeria. What shit on Nigeria are you saving? Hope the generator noise is not disturbing you. That is what we are facing in Africa. Nobody can run generator that you are using diesel. In Nigeria, nobody can run generator that are using diesel because of the cost. In the emergency, you save Nigeria. What are you saving Nigeria for? Listen again. Why did Yugoslavia collapse? I'm not in Nigeria, but don't know like penny. Tony Pemo. 2025, we no go grieve for anybody. Anybody who man put into my yellow year, the rest of the people that is alive will enjoy it. It will be better for you. I say, let Baba Adeboye pray for Nigeria. Nigeria will break while he's alive. Let Iyadura pray for Nigeria. Nigeria will break. Let any one of those imam pray for one Nigeria. Nigeria will break. It will go better for you. Don't call all this your governor and politician friend and tell them that listen to these children now before it is too late. Talk about the boss of the M1. Tabati was so the M1 here. That is the final straw. As you saw on the scene, your mother baby. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ sórí M1. Dẹ̀rù pé àwọn angel kan máa wá sọ̀kalẹ̀ tó máa wá gbà yín lẹ̀. Àwa bí angel tó wà láyé tá máa ṣe. Àwa náà ni angel. We are the angels that are on the ground. Nobody is coming to help anybody. We must help ourselves. We think of these criminal politicians. Tó wà lábẹ́ àwọn obìnrin nínú ọ̀tẹ́ nísìn tó ń dóbò tó ń dán àwọn kéékèèké tó ń gbẹ ìjẹ wọn tó fi ń rìn ní ayé wọn ayé ní òde ní dá ayé ní òde dá ni mo sọ fún ẹni ṣòwòrè fún ìyàtọ̀ fi hàn wájú èyí lórí burúkú lóṣì wọ́n wà lábẹ́ àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó ń dó nísìn ní káàkiri gbogbo hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì eating hotel Sheraton hotel wọ́n dó wọn káàpù àwọn ọmọ síbẹ̀ wọ́n dó wọn lójoojúmọ́ wọn lè ṣe lórí burúkú wọ́n gbẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó bá dó wọn tó àwọn èèyàn ayé wọn ti bàjẹ́ àwọn èèyàn rò pé àwọn ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ politician ayé wọn ti bàjẹ́ ti bà ayé wọn jẹ́. sit down and talk. Ìjọba ìkà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Ẹgbọ́n kan tí ó sọ. How Yugoslavia. Yeah, Fulani will get bold. That's why devil of Sokoto will tell us they are bringing Sharia. Usually we have stupid politicians that cannot say to devil of Sokoto, you know go better for you. Telling me you know go better for you on the live TV show. We could need that for a devil of Sokoto. She be by the devil in Yausa.
Yugoslavia. For many, a long forgotten, failed nation.
A long forgotten failed nation. Nigeria long pé bẹ́ẹ̀. What was wrong with this guy? You wear your brain don't be like akara. Your diet of money. Ìwọ tó mọ̀ yàtọ̀ fail. Because you are seeing everything in Nigeria as normal. It's a failed country. Failed. Terrorists invade military barracks. Yugoslavia, a long forgotten, failed, just like Nigeria. And the end is just getting nearer on a daily basis.
An all too painful and recent memory. A once united federation made up of 6 neighboring republics, Yugoslavia's existence was never a simple one, with constant ethnic and religious division.
You can't put Wiri Atasinwi and put them together with learned people like our own. Go and bring Fulani, bring this, bring that, put them on our soil. And devil of Sokoto is going to tell us, oh, let's live and let's live. Ẹ fẹ́ gbé pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n ní àwọn tó normal. How are you going to live with them? People wey no normal. Àwọn màálù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ẹranko ènìyàn. Àwọn èèyàn wá gbóòrò sókè bá wá bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ọ̀bẹ bọ̀. Èèyàn fẹ́ padìyẹ gan sef. Wà kọ́kọ́ bojú ẹ̀. Wá dẹ̀ mú ọrùn èèyàn, wá dẹ̀ mú ọ̀bẹ, wá gé orí yẹn jálẹ̀, wá dẹ̀ make sure pé wọ́n já orí yẹn wálẹ̀. Remember, there was a report from Enugu State. Continue to say it's a joke. Let me go to Koikimedia website. There was a report picked up from our team. Remember, I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Yes, the day before yesterday. Many killed, house razed as armed Fulani terrorists attack a community in Ebonyi. We took the play for that country. Baba Deboye is praying for Nigeria. God will say, let Baba Deboye travel to his hometown without escort. Fulani ma jí wọn gbé ni. Wallahi. Let Iyadura travel on their own to go to Orioke and go and pray. They are Fulani. Why are they going with police, mobile police? Why are they traveling with mobile police? Does Iyadura, when he comes to London, does she travel with armed police? Does Baba Deboye travel with police escort when he travels abroad? Mombereni. Yes, they are celebrity, they are big man, they are big woman, but when they come to Europe, does some travel with armed escort? Why are they traveling with the armed escort? If Nigeria was safe, you think they are stupid like you? The people of the world only water. Don't sorry, stupid people. Why are they traveling with fully armed escort? Have you ever asked them that, Daddy Gio, when you go to UK, do you also have armed escort, police to escort you from point A to B as you're traveling to Peckham, to Birmingham, to go and do all your revival. Only in Nigeria, you see a full armed escort following them in the front and in the back, and they are now inside their own bulletproof car, like Apostle Suleiman. He only survived because he was in a bulletproof car. Gbogbo àwọn tó tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn wọ́n pa àwọn yẹn dànù. Ìbá rí fídíò pàápàá àwọn yìnbọn fún àwọn lórí dànù. Who is deceiving who? Who is fooling who? Ta ló dé? So the people that are in Ebonyi, where Fulani attacked them 3 days ago, no, not 3, yesterday, and on the 3rd, one kò ṣe méjì, kò ṣe márùn, kò ṣe mẹ́fà, killed in Ebonyi yesterday, and they burned their houses. Story it. Fulani terrorists on Sunday reportedly attacked a village in Nigeria's southeastern state of Ebonyi. Àwọn yẹn wá nísìn, àwọn Biafra, they don't go mind their business. Now Igboho business they always worry about. Fulani is killing them in their town as well. Instead of them to talk gbojúmọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tiwọn, they want to pop nose into what Yoruba people are doing. Go and get gone. I see them all the time. They put on my comment section. I laugh. Ebonyi, Fulani is killing them. Since Simon Ekpa is not at home, Fulani don't. We buy them. They buy down. And they'll be telling us, "Oh, Yoruba people, what are you doing? Fulani is invading you." As if Fulani is leaving their own side. I saw a video of the Bari before. I tried to copy the video and put it on my Mali uploaded, but for whatever reason the video was not allowing me to download. Everybody bought a sharp boy and Nile Igbo last week before I traveled. Everybody mo rò pé tilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló máa ń ṣá wọn ní ṣàkúṣà ni wọ́n ṣàpọ̀ bọ́ yẹn ní ṣàkúṣà wọ́n ṣá orí ẹ̀ orí yẹn ti là sí méjì. I'm not joking. The video is still on Twitter. But I can't show you. But I would have loved to have it as my copy. Bí àǹtí máa ṣe ni pé màá fi phone mi recorded, màá gbé sórí status mi and I'll put it on Koikimedia WhatsApp group. Fẹ́yìn tẹ́wà lórí ẹ̀kẹ́ lọ́wọ́. The video is there. Biafra kọ́kọ́ focus lórí tọ̀dọ̀ tí wọ́n. There will be more focus about Yoruba people as if we are one. We are not one. We are fighting for the same thing, but fight for yours, we fight our own. Don't ask where is Igboho. Worried about Ebonyi that is now under Fulani attack. They are always worried about Yoruba people that are running their own show. They are not concerned about their own. This was on Sunday. The Fulani terrorists invaded Amegu village in Kala community in Ishelu local government area of Ebonyi State. Say that one at Yorubaland. In the wee hours of Sunday, killing several residents. Not be one they kill them. They say make a joke, make a play. Where is the government? So what is the function of the government? What is the role of the government? In what is believed to be a reprisal following a reported killing of a cattle. Walk pa màlúù kan, walk padà wá, walk pa ṣégè sí wọn lára lẹ́bọ̀yìn. Imagine. This was on Sunday. This Sunday. Today is Tuesday. Kò tí pé 72 hours. Wọ́n nítorí pé wọ́n pa màlúù àwọn ní Ebonyi ní community yẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ padà wá wọ́n pa ṣégè sí wọn lára. Is that not what they are doing in Yorubaland? And look at indigenous people. Lazy. We are all lazy. instead of us to rise up and say enough is enough. Is that not what T.Y. Danjuma told us? Rise up, rise up, and defend yourself. If not, they go buy every one of us. Finish. Where is the government? So are we saying that the government's money? I thought we have a government. Where is the government? In Ebonyi on Sunday. The chairperson of Ishelu local government area, Mrs. Ifeoma Agu, confirmed the attack, noting that bodies were still being recovered. We are taking the victim bodies to mortuary right now. Nigeria. This man said, what is the role and the function of the government? Indigenous people must rise up. And you waiting for Father Mbaka to pray and say, Nigeria, God bless Nigeria. You know what better for any pastor will say, God bless Nigeria, and show you, God bless Nigeria, God bless Nigeria. Where is the people? Where is the government to support the people? Terrorists in London. Is that how terrorists are killing you in America? They'll say that now that so the people there, they are not human beings because they don't support Biafra, so they must be killed by Fulani terrorists. Are they not contributing to tax that the government is using to run the state? So where are the Igbo leaders? Abi Ebonyi, you know, be Igbo Southeast. China Yorubaland. I know what to invade the Bugboa. A native of the area, Professor Indubusi Idenyi, told the Punch newspaper, I don't have the number of casualties right now. That means in more casualties. We are not talking about 10 people. We are not talking about 20 people. You know what they call casualties? He doesn't know the numbers of the casualties. And Dr. Ken Oruloye always says something that when incident happen, give us the name. Where are the names of the 35 children that died in the names, important. Who died? No, don't just say 30 people died. What are their names? Give us their pictures so that we can keep it for can remember them. Don't just say 30 people died. 20 soldiers were killed. What is their name? No Loruko now. These 20 soldiers that died in the ambush of the Fulani terrorists in the military barracks. Maybe when they were eating, maybe they were doing their exercise. The Nigerian military that we trusted. Did you saw the news last week? 5,000 repentant Boko Haram returned back to their family. I can go sleep. Only them afford me. 5,000 repentant Boko Haram. Family. Who are the families? Who are their families? We play too much in that country. We have put our life inside the bondage. And instead of us to take that life out so that we can protect that life, so that our life can nourish and live a longer life, we say no. We say we alone. Let's end this program so that maybe tomorrow morning we start again. A second source said a pastor of Pentecost church in the area was among those killed. Pastor, the source who pleaded anonymity for fear for being identified said the community members were not responsible for the killing of the cows. Torí màlúù wọ́n padà wá wọ́n wá pa gbogbo community. because of their cows. And devil of Sokoto is not aware of this, that people were sleeping, children, mothers, fathers, coming back from the long day farming. We got fed the lily, kill a monk to sap at a lossy farm as she won't go up on your Sunday. And you are there saying, we have a government. And disagree with the Yoruba nation. To bá tó sọ pé kí ni meaning Yoruba nation, tí bá fọ́ etí ẹ̀, one bastard. Yoruba nation is to save you from the Fulani tó ń fi màálù jẹ oko, tó dẹ̀ ń padà wá pé torí community kan ní ẹ̀bọ̀n yìí sọ pé ẹ lè má jókòó bí awọ́kọ̀ yìnbọn pa kan náà màálù yẹn, àwọn padà wá lọ́dún ọ̀pá gbogbo wọn ìlànà. We did not kill their cows. Their cows were killed by members of the Eastern Security Network. They keep pushing it. Àwọn olùṣì community náà tó ń parọ́ mọ́ ESN. Wọ́n ní ESN ló pa cow. ESN tó ń protect ayé wọn. Yes, an attack occurred and the police are responding to the situation. Which police? The command is still working to determine the precise number of the people killed. Even police don't know the number of people killed. So how many people die in that community? A lost nation. How many people die? Nobody knows. No updated report from the police. You know, people die in America every day. They'll be giving you update. Police will come out and say, we are working on the investigation. These are the latest updates. This is the latest report. This is what we have found out. You know, we were tracing it there. We saw it there. The phone line is there. We map it out. They'll be giving update at least for a very long period until you are got the hang of it and the case goes to court. That one now is the end. Police, you know, Nigerian police in Ebonyi does not know how many people were killed by Fulani terrorists on Sunday, the 2nd of February, this month. Did Sultan of Sokoto, devil of Sokoto, don't think the boy was killed? If we don't rise up, we will all die in this country called Nigeria. Either through one means or the other. I'll leave it like that for this night so that I can go and rest. Moki Mubuala can say I'll be out again tomorrow morning, inshallah, God's willing. Moki Mubuala into Darako Moa. Moki Ogumala Biodun. Aluta Continua Victoria Asata. Yoruba nation, definitely we die there. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook pẹ̀lú mi lálẹ́. Mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá mi. Tí a jọ wà lórí ètò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Jọ́jọ́ is better than war. But àwọn tó ń gbé war wá, wọn ò ní gbọ́ Jọ́jọ́ o. Ẹ máa fi war, ẹ máa fi dá wọn lóhùn padà ní o. Because Fulani terrorist is not going to leave you alone. That's why devil of Sokoto wants our land by all means. He wants Yoruba land because we want land now. These people they don't get land. So they will do everything to take our land. One Nile. So don't let anybody fool you and say, Yoruba nation can't say yeah, no about that yeah. Well, Fulani ma pa gbogbo wa ni about that. So better kí gbogbo akájọ dá sí. Ká demand is a non-violent, but the most important update before we go is that, like I said, do not be distracted by irrelevant or duponity content sorrow. You can't distract you. Ẹni tó ní show òun ni Ìgbòho àti bàbá Akíntóyè. Kò síbi tíyàn wà tíyàn ní wà careful. UK kan wà careful. So nobody say, hey, be careful, be careful. Even in UK, it's deadly. Kò sí tó safe. Kó gbogbo wa kájọ dìde, kájọ ṣe tẹ́ ká ṣe. Ikú kan ọ̀dẹ̀ pa wá nísìn. Ikú tó bá máa pa wá ó gbọ́dọ̀ pa ẹni tó fi rán ikú yẹn wá lọ pa ni. So support us. Mokiyami, Yabo, Olubumi. So I want us to go to bed early because right here is about 11 to show me by. I'm still working with the wrong time. Almost past 12. So I end this. I need the strength. Let's ṣe morning program lọ́la lágbára Ọlọ́run. So mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé a máa ṣàṣeyọrí. Support the platform prayer wise, financial. Mo kí Keke Oku, my brother. You don't tell me to be careful. I am in Africa. Africa is safe. UK is safe. UK is not safe. Africa is not safe. Nowhere is safe. So nobody tells me, oh, be careful. Hey, you can't come back home. Hey, I'll come back home. Whatever my friend. Even Tinubu, after he left Nigeria on exile, he returned back home. So when the right time comes, I'll be in Ijebu, closer to my father's grave. Malo ki baba mi níbi tí ó wà mo lọ ṣe sàárà fún. Àwọn Adẹ́rùbà. Àwọn lẹ́bí Adẹ́rùbà kò kàn má balẹ̀. Àwọn lẹ́bí Adẹ́rùbà kò ṣàwà. I told you when it's time for me to come, I'll come. Nobody's restricting me. Mo níwèé láti fi travel. So èmi ò dẹ̀ ṣe àwọn tó náà gba country tó kúrò lójú kan. Àwọn ò tí gba country, but I'm prepared pé kí country wa kó dé wá bá wa nínú ọdún ìlágbára Ọlọ́run. Àwọn tó gba country wọ́n lè kúrò nínú America kọ́ wọ́n níwèé. Black devil kò níwèé. Ìgbà ìwé ọ̀lọ́ ìṣẹ́fẹ́ kúrò l'America. Bí wọ́n máa deport ẹ̀ gan nísìn pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń deport. Bí wọ́n máa deport ẹ̀, I'm sure kò wọ́n máa sá káàkiri báyìí ni. Wọ́n níwèé. Ìjìnlẹ̀ náà lè kúrò ní Turkey. Wọ́n lè kúrò ọ̀bí bàbá ẹ̀dá. So ọ̀rọ̀ social media yàtọ̀ sí physical. Èmi lọ rí bàbá Akíntóyè lánàá. Ẹni kóhun náà lọ kọ́ lọ rí Dúpọ̀ ní tìrì níbi tó bá wà náà. Èmi wá kí lídà wa. Mo ní mò ń bọ̀. Mo dẹ̀ ti dé. Mo dẹ̀ ti lọ kí lídà wa. Mo ṣe ń ṣeré káàkiri Africa. Mo kàn ní lọ Kenya ní Singapore. I don't have any business in Kenya. I'll be traveling to Cote d'Ivoire. I'll be going to Togo. I'll be Ghana. I'll be on places to before I return back to UK. And when the rally is coming, I will return back again. Well, that's all I can tell you. So don't let anybody fool you that Atiba country, Wagba country, Jokos abroad. Ṣé abroad lẹ́sìn máa máa ṣe gbogbo tán ṣe? Abroad. Orí YouTube yẹn náà nìjìnlẹ̀ tí máa ló ti ń form gbogbo country tán fún. Jagbajagba nonsense. Bíbá bẹ́ẹ̀ dá kó kúrò nínú Turkey kó tẹ̀ wá sí Kútọ́nù. Bíbá bẹ́ẹ̀ dá. So gbogbo àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wọ́n wà relevant. Mo sọ fún yín ní at the beginning of the show. They are not relevant. Ọmọkọ làwa, ọmọkọ tó bí dáadáa làwa. We're not scared of anything. We haven't done anything to be worried and be scared of and say we can't do this, we can't do that. We're not wanted. Africa làwa. Africa làwa. Ọ̀gá ń gbọ́ tí sound ń dún. Ọ̀pá ọ̀nà ló bá jẹ́ UK ni kò ní sí hàn mọ́tò tó máa dún. So yín náà kàn máa dẹ́rù bà wá. Ẹ má lálà ẹ bá lálà kẹ pray padà sí ẹ má fẹ́ àlàáfà kan dẹ́rù bà wá. A máa jáde fún rally. Èyí tèmi wọ́n ní ìbá dé pé Koiki ò ní sí níwájú rally. Kápá píà ẹ̀yẹ́ jẹ́ kí rally já ẹ̀yẹ́ kọ́ pè fún rally. Wọ́n ti pè fún rally for now. So gbogbo ilé ta ṣe ń ṣe à ń prepare ni. Tó bá pè fún rally. Ara tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì àtún padà bọ̀ ní. lived 25 years in UK. I'm tired. So, I'm not going 25 years. 25 years ni mo fi gbé abroad. So, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lé, mo sọ fún yín pé èmi máa wá, ẹ̀yin ní kẹ́ lọ múra sílẹ̀, ẹ lọ ṣògùn gidi. Ibi tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ nísìnyí yẹn, tó bá yẹ pé nǹkan tó fi sọ another time 30 minutes. Ẹ lọ ṣògùn gidi, ẹ lọ prepare. Ẹ lọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé kí ẹ lọ dira dáadáa gidi. Dira gidi. Akẹ́yìn ọkọ̀ fún yín pẹ̀lú kankan, ẹ dira dáadáa. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá o. Because àwọn wèrè tẹ́ ń rí yẹn tó ń pè ní terrorist yẹn, àwọn ló máa lò, kò sí kankan tó ń pè ní Nigerian soldier o, full terrorist. The pattern Boko Haram ní gbogbo wọn látòkè délẹ̀. Ṣé lọ dira dáadáa, má yẹ kí wọn fúnlẹ̀ pé má lọ wo dira dáadáa. Ṣògùn gidi, dira gidi. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá o, má yẹ kí wọn fúnlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú anything. No matter what it's going to cost you. Farawé diaspora ni wá lé o. Mo ti sọ fún yín tẹ́lẹ̀ o. Diaspora ní role tó máa play to support us. Gbọ́ pé ọ̀nkún mi máa wá sí ilé, máa jaja. Irọ́, èmi bá ní mi ń bọ̀ fún rally, kò mí pé everybody ń bọ̀ fún rally o. Tí bàbá kí tó yàtì gbó bá ti pè fún rally, mo ra ticket mo tún padà bọ̀ nìyẹn. Àjẹ̀mádékù, Àmàdéjẹ̀bù, gbogbo bí kíbi tèmi máa fi pè máa wà ní rally, máa wà níbẹ̀. Tí màá represent ìran tèmi. I'm not representing you. I am representing my own family. Because I'm not going to wait my children to come and sit down and be shouting Yoruba Nation on social media in the next 10 years. So, I'm not talking about any media. I'm talking about me. Journalist, journalist goes after the story. You go after the story. Oh, my tell the story, any. So you want to, so very come and say, "Daddy came in Joko in London. Kini mo fẹ́ máa ṣe London? Kini mama mú nínú London?" Ajá máa wà ní front ni. Wọ́n ti pè fún rally sọ yín tẹ́ ń kánjú pé Koiki ò tí dé Lagos State. Ẹ ṣe sùúrù. Etí border ni mo wà. But for now, mo ṣe káàkiri. Láwọn tàbí lọ kí ní gbogbo àwọn Africa tóbi. Èyí máa wọrí. Etí ilé ni mo wà. Nǹkan kan lè bà wá lẹ́rù. Kò sí nǹkan kan ṣe tó ń bà wá lẹ́rù. Ṣé ajalè ni? Ṣàfàdíyà ni? Kí là ń béèrè fún? À ń béèrè fẹ́tọ̀ wa. Ṣé nígbà tí Tinubu ń jà fún Nàdẹ́kò? Ìbẹ́tọ̀ ẹ̀ ló ń jà fún nígbà yẹn. Nígbà tábàtà fi pa òun ò ṣe dúró sílé. Tinubu ò ṣe dúró sílé kọ́ pa. Bó ṣe rí nìyẹn. Ayé sọ pé mọ̀jàmọ̀sá la fi máa kíkanjú. Tinubu ò ṣe tó bá bí Tinubu dá kó jókòó sínú ilé nígbà tí tábàtà fi tó ń wa bí àwọn ní ti pàdánù. So bó ṣe rí nìyẹn. Áfíríkà la wà lọ́wọ́ yìí. Kódà mo fẹ́ wá possible gan máa rí sísítà mi gan àṣà tí ṣe gan sef. So ìtàbá lè tọ́ọ̀dé kí tó padà lọ sí Europe. Lè fẹ́ tọ́ Europe náà. Wọ́n fẹ́ pé 2025. But tó bá ti pè fún rally ibikíbi ti bá wà. Píà ń padà bọ̀ nílé. Confirm. So you can't let anybody fool you. Ọmọ ọkọ gidi lè ní sọ fún yín. Not scared of anything. So but for now, ẹ support wa. Ẹ fún wa lówó. Ṣẹ̀rí lè àwọn kan báyìí nísìn. All this first aid kit. Àwọn kan tá máa need. Tí rally bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ rà fún wa. Ẹ fi ránṣẹ́. Ẹ má fún wa lówó. Tó bá yẹ pé yẹn ló kàn jẹ́ problem fún yín. This is my own kit. I travel with my own kit. Now, boy, our Westerner, our hair, I'm not a play. So this is my own personal one. So in here, it has everything that you can think of. So, so you prepare. That's different things. So ìtẹ̀bá lè rà fáwọn èèyàn yín náà, èyí náà rà fún wọn. tọ̀rọ̀ tèmi lélẹ̀. So you know, gbogbo tí wọ́n fi ń jalè tán ní USAID gbogbo eléyìí nísìn plaster gbogbo nǹkan ló wà níbẹ̀. So lọ dira o, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni pé Koiki ó sọ fún ẹ lọ dira. So ìdúpẹ́ fún ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, and you can see that's my press. So I will not play o, ẹ̀ ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ eré bàbá kí tó yìí bá ti pè gbága rally ti dé báyìí mo ń bọ̀ nìyẹn. So don't joke, ẹ̀yin ní kẹ́yìn lọ múra sílẹ̀. So mo kí gbogbo àbó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. And on that note, I say very good morning. I'll be out again tomorrow. I don't have the time. Set up your notification. And tẹ́ sọ pé ẹ̀rí wa Koiki bolo wa látijọ́, we decided to stop the live from Koikimedia, but my management says now we need to go back on it. So ẹ support wa financially. Owó la máa fi ṣe. Owó, your 1,000, your £2, £3, £20. Tó bá sówó kò sí no honey. So yẹ kankan pé ẹ máa gba Yorùbá Nation ẹ nínáwó. Mo kí Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá, I spoke to him back in London today. You know, I support YSDM. Like I said, they're the body. Donate. Donate. They support. We will do what we have to do. Mo kí Professor Akitoye. And on that note, Lamason. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kàgbéga fàlùlù. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlọ. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Wàlátà, mo kí Mr. Jaiye, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin group pátápátá láyọ̀ ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan sílẹ̀. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún àwọn Fúlàní ò ní gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Kàkà kọ́ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ a máa tátán délẹ̀ ni. So mo kí gbogbo ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Let's leave it like that, and tomorrow morning we'll be out and about again from Mother Africa. Having a great time, and it's good to be around, Baba Akitoye, which is the privilege. Mukinyo Bishop Adeshino, I'm sure you're back to your base. Ebanki Yawata Omo. Muki Bugwe Yinti and Benile Yoruba. Do not be tired and do not give up. We will do everything within the power to make sure that our voice and our message must be heard simultaneously. Thank you so much, those of you on the Twitter space, and thank you so much on our Instagram. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and I say good night.